Back for part two, my favourite time, the email time, and yeah.
We've had a break, coffee.
Had a little break, yeah, coffee, a couple of Sheilas, life at the top in the park.
Do you know we had a gymnast warming up? Like,
what was
so
that
where the
about?
camera sound, just over there.
She was
like
doing handstands.
She was doing Hello Boys. Like she was holding Hello Boys for like minutes while Mark.
What's Hello Boys mean?
Well, like you're doing a handstand and your legs are like,
what, apart?
Completely apart.
Like a, and what does that mean? Hello Boys?
Yeah, well,
I think you get it by now.
Yeah, I think there's a certain part of their anatomy that's saying Hello Boys.
You should have done it.
She's holding.
You should have done your ginger flash. Gone. Oh, hello boys.
Hello girls.
Hallelujah. Hello boys. Hallelujah.
Ginger flash. We're in court next Tuesday.
Anyone want to come on?
It's tomorrow
Bring some
week.
popcorn.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then Tuesday, Wednesday of the following week. So I'm out of play for the midweeks for the next three.
I'm going to keep. I'll program them for you while you're away. I'll just tip winner after it.
Yeah, so Mounting Yard Mail will come
keep this
to
joint
the
going.
fore.
We'll have the rant going on Mondays.
Yeah. Friday preview, all good.
Friday preview, all good.
I'm not sure about next week, but anyway, we'll see. I mean, there'll be a preview either way, a Friday preview either way. So it's just the midweeks that there'll be no service for, other than obviously Mounting Yard Mail. We've got it's the last Friday night meeting this Friday.
I think there's two to go, Mark.
You reckon?
What's the date?
Because there's no Friday meeting for the Betfair.
What? No, that's on Thursday night.
I know, but there's no Friday meeting the next day there.
Oh, isn't there? Oh, this must be last. What's the date today? The 18th?
It's the 18th, yep.
So what's this next Friday?
The 22nd.
Yeah, so the next Friday must be the 1st. So we're sweet. Yeah, because it's only 28 days. All right, so one to go. Wow. Haven't they been exhausting?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great thing, but it just doesn't...
It doesn't suit the pro participants. It suits, like, it just must be exhausting for riders too. What about T. Barry? Did he ride Friday night, Saturday, and then he's going to play to Shartin? Wow.
I can't wait for them to be over.
The Friday nights, you hating them?
But that's unusual for me to say that. Like,
yeah, but they're funny fields. Like you know, any race where weigh anchor's a $4 chance. You go, oh, am I in Melbourne?
I had a fill up on Friday night. It was a great night, but I just don't like the pattern change.
No, I mean, you're not preparing well for the Saturday.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
you're not getting the work done, I think.
Yeah, the work done, the sleep. I never slept 1 minute Friday night. I didn't go to sleep Friday night.
That's right, and we'll be keeping you up this Friday night as well.
No, you won't be. I'll die.
That's the thing is too, because you by the time you get home, it's 11:30 or something like that. You can't go to bed straight away, so you got to.
I went for the 4 a.m. walk along Coogee Beach, down to Coogee Beach there, and
drunks everywhere.
I would have seen 15. That'd have been I must be Mardi Gras week. It is, isn't it? Is it this week? 15 blokes swimming, running along the beach, all nude.
Oh, really?
Thinking it was funny.
Oh. And what's that got to do with Mardi Gras?
Right, and then you couldn't
There's
sleep.
a lot of gays in town at the moment. They come from all around the world.
And they like swimming naked.
Yeah, they're not fucking. Didn't put them out. And then there was
So
one.
there
was one woman who's like, okay, sort in her 30s, poor bastard, there with her dog, asleep on a bench with all the plastic bags, homeless. Well, there's nothing you can do to help her. I mean, there's all these men running around there that, you'll be safe, love.
Bob Macca writes, hi guys, just a few points to clear up. Using VIX is now an offence.
Oh, wow.
Remember how we spoke last week? You brought it up, didn't you, about putting the VIX on them?
Oh, it's an offence, is it?
Well, that's what he's saying.
Oh, okay. Oh, Vicks Vapor Rub. Yeah, I'm with you.
Gordo's goal didn't last long. Well,
no, it's still there. I forgot to do it one day or one night, and I had a really good day, and then I thought, well,
you're superstitious.
Yeah, I'm not going to send it out.
He's really superstitious.
I'm going to send it out until I lose. So I had a bad day on Saturday, so I'll be back shortly.
Okay, right, sweet. He's knocked that one on the head.
Great tipping service. If Gordo feels a bit iffy about affecting his punting, he's not helping.
As if Sky is not bad enough with all those clueless females. On Saturday, in a very serious statement, John Score said it was worth the price of admission to Kembla just to see John O'Shea on course.
You should get your money back if you see John O'Shea on course.
So
I really like John,
you guys explain it to me. You know, you talked about it before about how they had a fundraiser for him.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah.
When he lost a court case, wasn't it?
He lost a court case.
So he actually was bankrupt. Like he had to go bankrupt.
No, I don't think he actually was bankrupt. He was out of money and was going to go bankrupt and lose everything. And they had a fundraiser for him, and they raised.
Oh, so he didn't have to go bankrupt.
Yeah, I think.
If you go bankrupt, can you be a trainer of horses?
No, I don't think he can. So I'd say he hasn't gone bankrupt. But it was just
Oh,
funny.
no, but, it's just
It was just funny. Like, how many people have lost all their money in this game? No one has.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's very.
Has anybody checked out these GoFundMe pages and seen? Oh, I've got to have a look, but there's got to be some weird ones in there, like people being honest, like don't have enough money for grog. Can you fund me? Yeah. Or you know,
I need something to keep my habit going.
Yeah. Heroin just went up in price. Please help me out.
If you watch the run-on after the line, in both wins, Castelvecchio blew them away. Yes, I did have a good win. A serious horse who I think will win the size if they aim for it. Good to see Mark on top of the static. Keep up the good fight, Macca.
oh, okay. So we've been fixing up the static, have we? Been going better.
Well, we found a dud Mike last week, so I think it hasn't happened in the two shows since.
Isn't that just crazy? So it's just been that Mike that's been doing it the whole time. Maybe?
So I didn't get this
I
next.
don't think so. Okay, so remember last week you said that the corporate bookies know, they know when everyone's first route was.
Oh, okay. Now I'm with you.
So Wild writes, Dear Glenn, my first route was Sunday, 6th of October 1985. Her parents were away for the long weekend. I haven't told any of my bookies yet, so please keep it under your hat. Wald.
When I read that, I just thought, I read it and went, oh, this bloke must be just blind and he's just writing anything. But that's just very funny now. Because I said,
Given the context, yeah.
Oh, that's
oh, that's so funny. Well, good on you, mate. So you even remember the day, dude. That's so funny. I don't remember my date. Do you remember your date?
No.
No, me neither. I mean, I know around about the time.
You need to mark it with some other occasion.
I know. I can tell you now. July.
It's gonna work. Okay,
I remember how long Nicole made me wait. So it's 5. So it was about April of '79.
There you go. He's beaten you by 6 years, Wal.
April of '79.
6.5 years. Michael wants to know if anyone's heard of the betting network Australia.com.au. I clicked through the link there, Michael, and it seemed to be a place for tipsters to sell their tips, and it obviously...
like punters.com.
Yeah, it's like punters.com. But if anyone knows anything about Betting Network Australia and if they've got anything to say about them, let us know, because Michael was interested to see if we had heard of them, and I hadn't. So anyone with any information, please write in. Stuart here says, hey blokes, long time shit type silver job here.
Now this is Stuart Lawbeck.
Yeah.
Is that John Lawbeck's son, by the bookie? I don't think his name was Stuart, but remember John Lawbeck?
Yeah.
Oh, there might have been John Lawbeck Jr. actually. I think his name was John too.
Right.
But it might be the brother of John Lawbeck Jr. Anyway, it might be nobody.
Previously with the Punters Show subscription, just wondering if any of your current subscribers are having difficulty in accessing your latest downloads. That can happen because I know that some people don't bother with the email, they just go into the download section of the website. Now, sometimes I stuff up the upload to that download section, but you will always get an email with the links. When life facilitates, I will upgrade and catch up at Lismore Cup. Know a heap of people that you've referenced from the fabulous late 70s through to the 80s. Cheers, Stuart.
There he is.
Paul writes, hi Mark, just a quick reply to Dave's rant about Spurs and Jiggers batteries. Most women jockeys wear Spurs, so if Spurs are banned, then no need for batteries. Is it true that most women jockeys wear Spurs?
No, that's not true.
Right.
Well, I mean, not to my eye. I'd say more that the girls don't wear Spurs. There you go.
Okay, so...
maybe he's an Adelaide bloke or something, and all the girls are, like the different
well, he's
states.
from the Gold Coast.
Well, maybe up there.
I don't know, but he gets around, Turk, one of our keen beans, and...
Not in Sydney, like Rachel King, Kath. I never see Kath in Spurs. No. Who's the other good rider in Sydney that's a girl? Is there any? I can't think of any.
Well, the best girl rider in the country is Linda Meach.
By a mile.
Does she wear Spurs?
I don't know.
Well, did she wear Spurs the day she came up here when she rode those?
Don't think so.
It is a point that, if you're if you're using the spurs to tie in with some sort of touching up off the track, then banning spurs would sort that one out.
I don't think we should be banning spurs.
Well,
I don't want to ban anything.
At the bloody dogs, they bloody banned bloody live baiting, and now every time you watch a dog race, everything just plays with each other down the straight. You've ever seen anything like it? Look at the dogs. You think you're home, next thing he turns his head and wants to fight the bloke next door because he hasn't had a kill in the last 2 weeks. You've got to bring that back.
what are the chances of that? Less than zero.
Well, bring back running down rats or something. It's not cruel, the greyhounds. All right, maybe possums is a bit mean. Can you run down a rat? Or run down possums.
Yeah.
Fuck, I'd run down cats or dogs. I don't care.
I haven't noticed it, but
What? The dogs?
yeah,
Oh, bloody hell, Cord.
it's happening far more often. Is that what you're saying?
Far more often.
Okay.
Far more often. And they used to run it all in a straight line because they're all... Now they're just going, yee-haw, yee-haw. It's just like... It reminds me of like wacky races or something. Like you look waiting for like the...
Dick Dastardly, Penelope pit stop.
And Scooby-Doo dog to come out of the barrier too and just go, come on, let's play. It's just like, fucking drives me mad watching it now. Oh, the greyhounds were so great once.
Dave writes, hey fellas, especially Glenn, I listened to the rant yesterday and heard you ask Mark to do the stats on Linda Meach on horses starting $2.50 or less. You reckon she would have a great strike rate? Well, at Kyneton today, 2 rides on faves for, you guessed it, 2 winners. 100% strike rate. She also rode a third winner, SPing at $5.50 after firming from $7.50. All 3 firmed in the betting. Obviously, you're not the only one who knows she gets the job done when they put her on the right horse. The girl can ride. Pete Moody stuck to her and she rode a Group 1 winner for him, but his expert owners didn't like putting a little girl on to do the job most of the time. If she was a male, she'd be at the top of the premierships in the metro area anywhere she wanted to ride. I reckon you should give the horses away, not that you ain't good at it, and just pick jockeys to follow. There you go.
I'm a pretty good jockey picker.
Where you are damn near infallible. I'll give you the tip, don't lay any shorties ridden by Linda Meach.
I just don't lay her anymore, ever.
I have never been afraid to put my money on a Linda Meach ride if I think it's overs, which is not very often, but sometimes you just need the obvious pointed out to you. Never thought of her as a drawback, just never considered her as an advantage either. Horses do seem to run for her, don't they? They may look beaten when then she asks for more and the mount finds more. Actually, a few weeks ago, I backed a horse that went past a Linda Meach ride on straightening and had the race won. I was looking for dangers down the outside and there were none. Next thing, hers is kicking back on the inside. It had no right to do that. The race was over. I had the money in my account. It's like she went into my account and stole it. She's a damn thief. Enjoy the punt, Dave.
Good on you, Dave. She's a tremendous rider.
So you were asking last week, if you looked at the last 100 rides of Linda Meach, well, I just went back to the beginning of last year. Horses 250 or shorter, there was 93 rides, 50 wins, a pot on level stakes of 8% and a pot at proportional staking of nearly 9%. And even better than that, if she rode it at the last start, she had a higher strike rate and a much higher pot. So if that's the bottom one down there. Yeah.
Wow, 23%.
So yeah, nearly 24%, but I suppose it's only 34 bets, which is a bit of a small sample. But yes, Linda is at the peak of her powers.
Yeah,
awesome.
I'd just like some more numbers, but I was really impressed with her when she came to Sydney that day.
Look, you just see her and it's in the market, just back it. It's easy.
Well, for me, like, Sydney is the pinnacle of jockeys. So you can yeah, if you can do it here, then that means something. Yeah, she's good. She's good.
Yeah.
The thing about it is that now that everybody's talking about it, we've got to start thinking to maybe act the opposite way.
God, why do you always think like this?
Do you know that's the way my mind works?
I know that's the way your mind works.
Yeah, well, that makes sense.
So if a bomb's going to go off over there and everyone's running that way, what do you run into the bomb?
No, I don't think there's an advantage in either action.
Okay. What, just stand still?
He's basically saying once the edge is gone, there's a chance that laying the edge is profitable.
Yeah, the market overplayed.
Yeah, you're right, because the whole industry is like a graph, and you're saying if she's up, then okay.
Put it this way, you know that if the mainstream start talking about a particular facet of racing, the edge has got to be gone.
Yeah.
Right. So if I tip 6 winners in a row, Manningham Male, and then race 7, you like my top pick on Manningham Male, are you going to back it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm actually giving you a tick for that, because that's what I call momentum.
Okay.
It's about overreaction by the price of the horse.
Okay, it's overreacted by the market, not sort of
Not
narcissistic.
not the person's had a good run, so they're going to go bad now.
Okay.
No.
So when is the edge of trialling between runs? When's that going to vanish?
Never.
Never. How can that be? Like, surely everyone's going to wise up to it eventually.
It's never
I
gonna.
tell you what, not that we can really get on because it's normally too early, but pretty much when the barrier draw's done and horses get wide barriers, the ones with the inside barriers firm, like it's all corrected by.
It's corrected eventually.
I mean, Wednesday for Saturday, there is a reaction to drawing inside in a positively, which is just wrong.
That is wrong.
yeah.
I'd always be preferred to be drawn mid to wide than inside.
Yeah.
Stay still.
What have I got?
It's green.
Green grasshopper.
It's just like so alive here, isn't it?
I know. Under these trees.
Yeah. Justin pointed me to an interesting article written by Archie Butterfly, which is subscription only, but I took out a subscription and he put a very interesting case together about Darren Weir. He said, in simple terms, horses trained by Darren Weir were able to win so many races because Weir was able to get them harder and fitter in the same space of time. Weir did this by cheating. He employed unlawful methods that allowed him to train his horses at a faster speed over a longer distance more frequently than his rivals could, and was able to build his horse's level of anaerobic fitness to a peak higher than which other trainers could. Forget all the gossip and rumour about Chinese drugs and disregard all the nonsense about jiggers. Like most racehorse trainers in the early stages of his career, Weir most certainly used bicarb and other lactic acid delaying drugs to improve his horse's performances. Blah, 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 blah. But the guts of it are really simple. If you can fast work your horse at a speed 50% faster than your rival can and maintain that for a distance 50% longer, do it 50% more often each week, then your horse is going to be a whole lot fitter, and in basic numbers will be able to run flat out in a race for 50% longer before fatigue kicks in and hits the wall. He did this using two basic methods. First, he carbed the horses up by either drenching them or hitting them with faux legal elevated oxygen cell producing supplements before training sessions. By doing this, he delayed the onset of lactic acid in his horse's guts during fast work sessions. That got the horse harder and fitter a whole lot quicker, which meant on race day it was more likely to be able to sprint faster for longer. The problem with this drug-accelerated method of training was threefold. Problem one, you risk being sprung tubing or syringing if you do it at a fixed location or at a public track or course. So you had to work out a way to get around that. Problem two had a symbiotic relationship with problem one, but had the dual benefit of providing an efficiency of scale, blah, blah, blah. The issue was that if other trainers or racing officials saw you working your horses at the speed and distance that you did, then they would immediately twig to what you're up to. The solution is to create a multi-stable setup with a fair bit of float distance between and make sure that it included a satellite beach training facility. That way you could hit the horses with the juice in the float, down the end of the beach or at another stable other than the one you'd officially told the stewards that your horse was currently located in. And at the same time you could flog the crap out of your juiced up horses on one of your far-flung training tracks or on the beach, and no bugger would be hanging around the place who could notice. The third problem is where the jiggers come in. Trainers tend to work their horses at similar speeds, distances, intervals, because there's only so much pressure that a 500 kilo thoroughbreds can bear, and that applies particularly to a racehorse's spindly little legs. If you work your horse too fast, over too far, too often, you run a much higher risk of the thing breaking down. The problem was magnified in the case of Weir because many of the horses he trained were highly talented but underperforming gallopers plagued by niggling injuries that had been transferred to him by owners from other stables in the hope that he could fix. These sort of horses with pre-existing problems were at a high risk of breaking down during fast work when being trained normally anyway. But that would blah, blah, blah. Every problem has a solution. The one that we came up with cut it a couple of different ways and actually allowed him to gain an even greater edge by pumping up the training volume even further. He went out and bought a whole heap of those electrical devices that the cops genuinely believe and the stewards pretend to believe are jiggers. They're not, they're actually electric shock treatment applicators. Weir wasn't using them to treat depression, they were just tools of his trade, but rather the whackers mistaken as jiggers had the dials turned up and were used to zap the horse's legs to numb them up so that the crocks couldn't feel their niggles and could stretch out at full pace. And so the whole barn, crocks and all, could be put on a supersized training regime and have the guts worked out of them to get them fitter than gays. The added bonus was that by zapping all his horses every couple of days, Darren could now throw in an extra day or two of brutally fast work sessions that gave him a whole new extra edge without having to worry about the horses hurting. Because who gets hit with a whole jolt of ECT every day ends up as numb as Anthony Mundine's brain after a hard straight Hornet ride sends on an all expenses paid trip to Disneyland. So there you have it. Drench them, numb them, hide them, flog them, get them fitter than Floyd Mayweather, and unleash them on the track. It's a really interesting theory.
Very interesting.
I think it just all seems to make a lot of sense. The thing is, I mean, like, how reliable is this information? What are we saying?
It does
about
make a lot of sense because I kept thinking,
this is a theory.
you watch his
I don't know
horse.
if he knows or not.
But it's got enough suggested detail in it to.
It's got a lot of detail, hasn't it?
Yeah, to imply to me that
It's true.
He's got to be getting some information from somewhere.
Yeah. But I mean, yes, it's about training is about getting racehorses fit and
Well, you know, I was telling you, who was that Canadian sprinter that
Ben Johnson.
Ben Johnson, yeah. So supposedly, you know how he got done for drugs or whatever and lost the gold medal, even though he smashed him, and the bloke who came second has subsequently been found that he was a drug cheat as well. But anyway, so supposedly, so what they do is they take steroids for training because then they just increase their muscle mass. It's good for like your recovery, your muscles, etc., etc. So you can train, and then you drop off before the big tournament, so that's out of your system. And supposedly he got an injury, which meant he had to keep on taking them past his drop-off point, and that's why he got done. So that's similar to what this guy's talking about with the horses. So
Yeah, I mean it's
It sounds very interesting, and what an edge it would give you, like, especially when you got horses in the market that you haven't done this work to. Like it's just like I want to become a horse trainer.
Anyway, that article is on Archie Butterfly's site, which is obviously for subscribers only, but he does come up with some really, really interesting articles. So just go to archiebutterfly.com.
Now, just quickly, I just wanted to mention to you boys, did you notice that girl won the Australian Open golf yesterday?
no.
So a girl won the Australian Open golf yesterday. Her name's Nelly Corder. You should see it, like Dolly. Gorgeous. So Nelly Corder. So her name's Nelly. So 7 years ago, her sister won the Australian Open golf. Her name was Jessica Corder. And 21 years ago, her father was Peter Corder. He won the Australian Open tennis. And last year, there was a young lad called Corber who won the Aussie Open tennis under 18s. Not a bad family. And
Wow.
the mother played tennis professionally, didn't have a big name, represented Czechoslovakia at the Olympics. She's the bum of the family. Is that just awesome?
Was he
That's
the big
a great
lefty?
family.
He was a big lefty, wasn't he?
Yeah. So he won in 1998, won the Aussie Open. He's met the Czechoslovakian, there are 3 kids. 2 of the girls have won the Aussie Open.
They live in
Amazing.
Australia now.
Do they?
Okay.
I don't think they do. No. And then the son plays tennis and he won the under 18 Aussie Open Juniors, which doesn't mean you're going to be a great tennis player, but it certainly means you've got a chance.
It means you're pretty good.
What a hot family that is.
Means,
Hot family.
means
Girl.
breeding matters. Breeding matters.
Fucking
is what
girl,
I'm saying.
honestly, like
Small
Santa
sample.
Maria,
Small
please. Oh.
Guys, I've never written to you before, and this won't be a long email. I'll send one of those another day when I'll share with you a bit about my punting journey and how much I've learned from all of you since becoming a Goldie about 18 months ago. Thanks largely to Racing Rant, I've been a winning punter since the beginning of 2018. All the work I'm doing now is in preparation for when I can spend more time as a semi-professional, when I retire from full-time work in the next couple of years. All of you should take a break occasionally, stay fresh and sharp and feeling mentally well. Even you, Glenn.
I am taking a break this year, a couple of weeks, middle of the year.
I'm taking a break. Friday. Going away on Friday.
Your whole life's a break, Gordon.
Mark, I hope you have 2 very productive days to help you feel ready to go again. Well, because of this court case, I'm taking more and more. But if not, take another 2 days, whatever you need. This break in normal transmission is not an inconvenience for me. In fact, it's a great opportunity to test what I believe to be some of my evolving form skill set without the backstop of then watching your preview. And of course, this afternoon during the meeting, Glenster will keep me breathing with Mounting Yard Mail. You are all unique in the way you go about winning on the punt. The different perspectives you all bring help people like me immensely in your thirst for punting knowledge. Thank you all. Love your work. Alan.
That was a nice email.
Yeah, I love those stories. They're the best.
Well,
Yeah,
when
they
people
are.
say we're great.
No, when people actually like
Say they're getting
they're
better.
winning. Yeah.
They're getting better.
It's
getting
good to
better.
get better at something, isn't it? It's like If you're into golf and all of a sudden you met some blokes that could take 8 shots off your handicap, you just love it.
I was playing golf out on the water, like hitting them in the river yesterday.
Yeah.
Just cranking them, mate. I've got to take another video. I've got to get you to critique
what
my
about
swing again.
all the litter you're putting on the bottom of the sea ocean with these golf
You can't
balls?
believe it. My sister had to go at me. She goes, "Oh, what? So you just leave them in there?" I'm like, "I need a goddamn submarine to get them."
Yeah, but that can't be any good for the
Oh,
world.
you know all that. It's a golf ball, man. It's all right.
Yeah, one golf ball's fine. What if it's 400?
It's going to be funny if I catch a fish. It's eating just like a few golf balls.
Right, so we spent last Thursday out at the Inglis complex at Warwick Farm. We met a very good man there who assisted with our purchase of the horse, Gorwood.
Yes, Logan.
So he's a
Logan.
gold member and his dad's a gold member as well.
I mean, how good is that? That's
He's
absolutely sensational.
He's our track work rider, isn't he?
He is our track
You
work rider.
You reckon we can get a horse first? Why don't we put Logan on?
And
we might
Luca as
need
well.
to-
Hello to Luca, his dad as well. So he was. How good was he, but because he was so responsible for that little bit of luck we got at the end there, wasn't he? So
Yeah. Well, he's the reason he mentioned there's this horse, and he seems a nice enough fella too, which is nice. It's nice to meet nice people in racing.
Yeah,
that you
so he
don't
runs
see in
Salvador
the
Bloodstock and he's going up to cheer our horse on Airdero later today.
I'm going too.
We haven't mentioned the yearling purchase, Glenn.
Well, it's like nearly all sold though, isn't it, Mark? There's been that much interest.
Do you know how many?
You said, "Oh, we'll come on Monday's show. We'll tell you how much and blah blah."
All right,
blah,
so we
blah,
bought
blah.
this yearling. It's by Smart Missile. We're that excited. Great type. I was just so happy with it. Ticked all the boxes I want in a horse. And Luke, a trainer on the way up, he was really happy. So we paid $42,000 for it. We were going to go to 75. So straight away, we're very happy with the price. Now it's getting people to become 5% packages. We've got 10%'s gone straight away to a very important watch of the show that had 10% in all the horses. There's 80% of the horse left, and there's been we're chopping up in 5% pieces.
I
We haven't
know,
worked
but
out
it
the
will
price.
come down to, we'll say you're this in the queue, but you'll need to pay your money by blah 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 blah.
Yeah. So get involved with this, and then you'll be in the queue. And because some people say, look, I definitely want a piece, and then you'll mention the money, and maybe they think, oh wow, it's a bit expensive or whatever.
I sold 200% of it yesterday.
Oh, jeez.
What are we going to do with the extra 100%?
So this
Seriously,
one,
that could be the
I'm
punting
like,
bag.
I have a share order, and I go, okay, sweet, I'll put you down for 5%. Oh no, I want 50%. Oh,
anyway,
It doesn't work
they're
that way.
5%
Doesn't work
packages.
that way.
So obviously the horse cost us $46,200 after GST. And obviously we got to get Luke enough money in the can to get up and running for 3 months, and a bit of vet and a bit of. So I haven't worked out the exact price. Need a review, Mark, have you? Because you've
no,
had
yeah,
a
but I'm looking. It's going to get up around 60 or something.
I think it's going to get around 60. So it's going to be about 3,000 without commenting exactly for a 5% share. If you'd like to get involved and race a horse with us guys at Racing Rant, you are most welcome. And
Didn't we work
Expressions
out?
of
So
interest.
it's it'll be around about 3,000 for 5%, and then per week it's going to cost you about 35 bucks.
I've been hoping that
did he
it
say
wouldn't
his rate?
sell. I've been hoping it wouldn't sell, that we get left with a lot of it, because I'm that keen to race it. You got no idea.
So did you notice in the video, Glenn, that that he was a little bit not very weight bearing on his
He's a yearling, Mark.
right? Is that what happens?
Yeah, no, they grow and they come in different shapes and sizes.
Just anyone who watches the video will see this and they'll
Yeah.
wonder about it. That's why I'm asking you about
Yeah,
it.
I had no problem with that at all. I've seen him walk with Dickie.
The vet-
Hedero had a leg turned out
the
like
vet
this.
checked it out as well and said it was fine.
The vet said it was fine. The X-rays were
It's fine,
fantastic.
yeah.
And I think Nigel asked Luke what his rates were per day. Do you remember what Luke said?
All I remember is we worked out about $35 a week.
Per 5%?
Yeah,
No, that doesn't sound right. No, that's about right. Yeah, that'd be about right.
yeah.
But we've got to check in with Luke, so we don't know the exact price of things. We haven't priced it yet. We need your expressions of interest, giving you a ballpark figure, and then we need to get people to send their cash in, because we've got to reimburse Luke within 30 days, and we bought it 7 days ago. Otherwise, his wife will be in his ear blowing up. Where'd this 40,000 gone out of our account? Because things have to be paid for.
Yeah, but no one's got an opportunity to pay at this point.
Yeah, so we're not blaming them.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, and with the court case going, you might be able to get anyone's money. One good thing about racing horse, racing around, we're not trying to make any money on the top by buying it for 50 and selling it for 100. We're not syndicators. You're joining us in our membership in our club to race a horse with us. So we're not even syndicators. We're like desperate trying to get a winner.
It's a
Story
very,
of our life.
That's
very
just
funny
fun.
story that Luke told about going around the sales with Gay.
Yeah, that was good.
What did she say?
Yeah.
God, did he say?
Yeah, so he asked Gay if he could
What, follow around?
follow her around. She says, of course. And this he just was learning off her, and she was telling everything she was looking for in the horse. And
She's
getting
a
to walk
big
or
giver,
whatever.
Gay.
But anyway, he was leaning on the fence.
On the rail,
On
yeah.
the rail while she was doing something, and Gay went over and said, well, if you expect people to buy horses off you, you don't slouch like that.
Oh.
Get off the rail. It doesn't need you, lead. It doesn't need your support.
She is intolerable in a few areas, like intolerable.
Yeah.
Like
So
anyone
it's classic
can
Gay.
anyone can get a job there, and if you work hard, she'll stick. But if your teeth are crooked, you have to go see her orthodontist. She will pay and put braces on you. Did you know that?
Really?
Yeah, you got to have perfect teeth.
Like even like
She pays. So if you're out there with like fandangly teeth and you can't afford to get them fixed, go get a job with Gay Waterhouse. You get your teeth fixed and quit after 6 weeks.
hey, but have,
Like,
you,
also,
have you seen
like,
people
yeah.
that work in stables?
A young friend of mine went and worked for her, did some work for her, and had her breasts with her, like, a beautiful top on with her breasts showing, and he was working for Gay. Gay came over and buttoned her shirt up. Like, she's from another world, Gay.
Yeah.
Completely mad.
Yeah.
You gotta love her.
It's like
Yeah.
some sort of old aristocrat kind of thing.
It's a weird thing. Yeah, anywhere else, anyway. Imagine someone in someone's office doing your top up.
Yeah.
You get $500,000 off them.
Yeah.
It's just Gay.
And like, you know, I've noticed like she just wanders around with that dog. Like normally people would expect that dogs aren't allowed to go to places, and that thing just.
Yeah, but if you're the queen, you
Yeah.
can take your dog everywhere.
Well, I suppose if you're what is it, the Queen's husband, you can just drive around running over people, no seatbelts on, and just off you go. Tell you what, he's a funny bloke, that dude, isn't he? Where was it, Prince Philip or
yeah,
something?
he's
like
100 years old.
What's
He's
his name?
97.
Yeah, I know. He's like the same age as Bill, isn't he?
He's awesome.
Some of those comments are just hilarious.
He's the best.
Hey, fellas,
Oh,
go on.
oh, there's some island or something like that in the middle of nowhere or whatever that worship him like he's a god. Like you know, like I mean, people in skirts sort of jumping around, singing, dancing, colourful beads, that kind of.
Wow.
Dave again. Hey, fellas, just an adjunct to what I said about synthetic hoof filler being like nail polish. That may have been oversimplifying it and even misleading a little. When the farrier shoes a horse or replaces shoes, every nail hole and piece of hoof that breaks away in the process makes it harder and harder to properly attach the shoe to the horse's hoof. The solution is to repair the horse's hoof by filling it with synthetic hoof filler. Rather than say it's like nail polish, maybe a better example would have been to say it's like having your teeth filled with synthetic teeth filler. The dentist will file away at your teeth until he has solid teeth to build on. Then he applies filler until he builds it back to normal. Once filled, your teeth are like new again. There is no pain and you can eat like you never had a problem tooth. Same with synthetic hoof filler. They cut away the old damaged part of the hoof that has no feeling and rebuild it till it's back to where the normal hoof would be. Then they can put the nails in the new filler and the horse has no problem keeping its shoes in place. It isn't something to worry about and you will never notice on the feet. The horse isn't sore and never was. It's not like bar shoes or bandages, etc. that are or that can be indicative of an ongoing problem. The problem is only in the part of the hoof that takes the nails and has no feeling. Hope that helps Dave.
Well, that was a great email, Dave. I really enjoyed listening to that.
Chris Lee's put synthetic hoof filler on 3 of his horses on Saturday. I think 3 of his horses. Certainly Miss Fabulous.
And they all ran terrible, didn't they?
Yeah, Invincible Jam and maybe Princess Bosch as well.
Okay.
Alizé has synthetic hoof filler, so
She goes right.
she does go okay. So it's, you know, it's like I never like to see it, but at the same time, Dave's basically saying, well, you shouldn't worry about it. One of the things you alluded to on the top-up show, Glenn, that you must be itching to talk about is
Oh no, I've given up on Chris.
Chris Waller has discussed with owners offering staff involved in Winx counselling when she eventually retires. Did you hear this, Gord?
Are you fucking serious?
He's getting the
Staff will be getting
counselling.
counselling for when
Winx owners will be paying for it for when she retires. So when you've been involved with the greatest thing that probably ever happened in your whole life, having her in the stable for 5 years, and when she retires after 38 wins in a row, and you'll go out in the piss and have a massive party, you're going to need counselling? Like, are you fucking kidding?
This is disgusting, isn't
I mean, I understand that they might need counselling if she smashed a fetlock and died on the track at the 200 metres and everyone was in shock. I get it then.
No, I don't.
No, but even I get it then. I won't need counselling, but I get it then. But like when she retires, how could you?
What's the difference between Winx and another horse? It's just a live thing, mammal, whatever. The passion or remorse you feel for
This
a
is
slow
Chris.
horse
This is Chris
retiring should be the
trying
same.
to tap into the zeitgeist, which is caring about this crap. This is my marketing tool by C. Waller.
You know, the only one that's going to need bloody counselling is him. I think he needs some counselling. Actually.
He needs massive counselling. Honestly, working 20 hours a day for 10 years has sent him cuckoo. Like, this
That
bloke
is
earns
cuckoo.
$5 million a year.
So you're just going, it's the go-to now. Anything happens,
Yeah.
you act like you're a nice person by
Yeah.
saying,
Suck up to the public,
I'm
basically.
going to get counselling, and it's just bullshit.
It's like when the bloke crashed on the motorbike in front of me and I drove around him and people were screaming at me. I said, he didn't get any blood in the car, did he?
but I'm totally with you. It's just like
Oh,
ridiculous.
he's fucking on the ground. I can't help him.
You know what? You do something, take an action if there is going to be a result of that action, from that action. And you know, it's like I saw a car crash and somebody was injured. Well, some other person was over there and the bloody house or the ambulance about 50 metres down the road.
What are you going to do? Stop?
My mate runs over there.
Why?
What are you going to do? Is he a doctor? No.
Get out of the way.
Just get out of the way, mate.
Yeah, fucking
You're
move
not
on.
offering anything positive.
So how are you determining whether there's a result? So, you know,
Well, I'm saying you have.
theoretically, Waller's saying that his staff are going to be bereaved and that they're going to need counselling.
Well,
That's-
but
you're
it's
right,
fucking
it's
ridiculous.
bullshit.
Does Chris Waller pay for counselling when a family member of his staff dies? Because it's a hell of a lot more tragic than
From
a
what we
horse
found
retiring.
out, at the Hawks stable, they didn't even throw anything for the bloke to get buried.
Yeah.
He'd worked there 30 years, and they put up a GoFundMe page. Because the bill might be
that's
7,000.
taking
Stop it.
TQ, what's going on? Bendigo was bumped to Sky 2 because they jumped 18 seconds late, and race 6 at Randwick, it was an important race, was 4 minutes away. That race at Randwick jumps 2 minutes late, but they keep it on Sky 1 and bump the next race, race 5 at Kangaroo Island, to Sky 2. This is a fucking outrage.
Oh.
Winx should have gone to Sky 2 and Kangaroo Island should have had top billing. I'm appalled at the inconsistency. Who do I complain to?
Well, it's funny you say that, TQ, because yesterday I was at home betting in the run like I always do on a Sunday, because there's plenty of volume on Sundays. If you want to get involved betting in the run, a lot of fun. And yesterday, it was so funny because it was 7 meetings on, so every race was 5 minutes apart. So you would get 3 and 4 races in a row, because horses play up in barriers. Oh, we're just going to have to bump this one to Sky 2. We're going to this one now. Oh, this one. Oh, we'll bump this. It was just a bumpathon. It's just I don't know what the answer is. I think if there is 706 meetings, just say, look, 4 of them are on Sky 1, these 3 are on Sky 2,
no matter what.
and have a 12-minute gap between races so that you can get the race in. But it was a bumpathon, and Melbourne are the best. They run late whenever they like because they're Melbourne.
And have done all as long as we've been in the game.
Someone like TQ is so.
I still think it's bloody ridiculous when they put on a trot race instead of the Moonee Valley night race. They bump the Moonee Valley thoroughbred
because
race for a trot race.
But I know why, because they're that dirty with Vic Racing.
They're just
They're
trying
trying to stick it up.
Well,
but what they should be doing
seriously.
is, I know, what they should be doing is putting the Melbourne, Sydney and Brisbane races on the Sky 1 no matter what, and all the other, they should be, you can't just keep bumping races. Yesterday they did it 25 times. Sometimes it was 2 or 3 races in a row. It's just hilarious. And the stupid commentators in there, they were pretty funny yesterday, because I doffed me cap to one of the boys in there yesterday at Sky 1. Unfortunately, you're going to lose your job. He kept talking about, well, it's $1.25 this. You couldn't possibly take $1.25. He was saying that all day. This is $1.22. Well, I don't know how it's $1.22. This is the worst bet I've ever seen. Well,
Did he get anything beaten?
yeah, one got beat, and he was quite right with some. Oh, this dog coming up next race. There was something in a mate, and he said, it's $3.10 punters. Look, it hasn't won in 30 starts. I don't know how the market's got it on top. Never looked like winning. But unfortunately, he can't hold his job because he's actually trying to help.
Yeah, I know. Whereas Tab want him to encourage turnover on those horses.
Well, but the thing is, maybe he does encourage turnover by those comments, but
maybe
they
he
wouldn't
does.
see it that way.
No, he's
Yeah,
gone.
yeah.
You're Gonskis, whoever you were. But I quite enjoyed your coverage. It was pretty funny.
Maybe because it was a Sunday, no one noticed.
Well, what about Newcastle on Saturday?
Just constantly to Sky 2. But Yeah, so it's Newcastle is after the Melbourne race, so it's going to Sky 2 in favour of some other shit.
It's all right for me because I go to that, what do they call the third channel? Sky 1, Sky 2 and the other
Thoroughbred
one
Central.
that just does
Yeah, New South Wales,
and
Thoroughbred
Queensland, yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway, have we nearly finished this show because I'm bored?
Yeah, we have nearly.
Right, okay.
Good old Milesy, he's just unstoppable.
Has he filled up again, hasn't he?
Went to Randwick to get swept up in the Winx Mania, and what a cracking day weather-wise. The first I like rotator and get more confidence with Pollett's push, but seriously, why are we even doing 2-year-old form? Just back Godolphin.
Yeah.
Back the French Import in the second, that's Karen up the inside, where the favourite didn't help its cause. In the third, back the Toppy and signs of Bowman playing tricks again. Fourth, back the fave, but winner was very impressive. The fifth, here we go, get Winx by Bowman. He looks so foolish when he's in that mindset, unbelievable. So you are doing your ass at this stage, Milesy. Then clap and cheer the great horse, who I felt would return better than ever. Seventh, I liked Nikita, then see Pollard as on top, so double my bet. Boom. In the penultimate, with the track playing to leaders, I back Alassio up and about now. The nightcap all over Penske, yeah baby. Back 4 of 8 in Melbourne, within her time, my best bet of the day for another filler. Hopefully see you at Rose Hill next Saturday. Hashtag the great game. He's a freak.
Well, you know the thing is, it's
just
so important for him to get winners late too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
I think bet sizing changes as the day goes
Beers
along.
go down.
Yeah.
He did look particularly happy after Nikita. He's a great. He's a pin-up boy for racegoers.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
He
Yeah,
probably,
yeah.
I don't know,
But he
size
gets so
range
excited,
he
yeah.
bets in. I'd say he bets in 50s or 100s, maybe 200. You know, and he can run to a period where he wins 2,000 or 3,000, and he just digs it. He digs it. And yet people out there who don't know him or wouldn't, like they'd be worried he's got a gambling problem. Where he has you do 20,000 for 25,000 a year playing golf.
That's true. You do indeed.
Try it when you lose a ball every time you hit it.
The lid of the planet.
That's called the...
So when I go to your funeral, I'm going to go, yeah, he left 8,000 golf balls in the ocean. That's what I remember about him.
That's called the G&K driving range into the water.
Yeah.
I might come there. Can I come to your place
Greg
and hit a
Kelly.
couple one day?
Oh yeah. What?
Can I come and hit a few one day with you?
Yeah, bloody oath.
I'll hit 2.
We'll have a barbecue.
No, it's a bit too social, mate.
Apparently Neville McBurney, aka the Cups King, was in the winner's circle today at Sunshine Coast, yesterday that is, with Sunday in Manhattan. About 8 years between drinks. Did plenty of travelling during time away, only has 1 horse in work. Praise indeed Lord Highbrow and Henderson Bay were 3 of his better horses.
President was a
blast
great horse. Lord Highbrow's a great horse.
Yeah.
Who was Ellen?
Henderson Bay.
Don't really remember it that much.
Neville McBurney, yeah, that's a blast.
Was
from
he
the past.
training that horse? Or did he just
Sunday
own?
in Manhattan? Yeah. Well, no, yeah, he's got 1 horse in work, it says.
I watched it win. Ran through the line pretty good.
Ran through the line. That's the code for the day. Hi, gents. After the lacklustre performance of Time to Rain a couple of weeks ago, I thought I'd let you know of an interview that I saw post-race that was taken pre-race that you might not have been aware of. Gary Portelli was interviewed by Bensley and Dufficy race morning, and he advised that Time to Rain gets easily spooked by thunder, and therefore the night before he had a couple of handlers in with the horse to keep it calm until the storm passed. All seemed to be well with the horse until the fireworks from Chinese New Year started going off. Subsequently, a handler was in with the horse for the night. As you can probably assume, this is not the preparation you want the night before a horse goes round odds on.
Wow.
That's fine.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, because that was the day after the big storm that caused Canterbury set.
I think once we start doing the form on weather with thunder the night before, we've got to give it away though.
Well, but it's yet again, you need your ducks in line at the short odds, don't you?
Yep.
You know.
You do need your ducks in line. It's been a great round again. We appreciate all your emails. Email us in if you've got any interest in the horse. I'd say there's still 6 or 7 shares left.
I'm telling people no. I'm turning them away because
Okay.
I want.
No,
Yeah,
gold,
well,
members,
random.
gold
Yeah,
members,
yeah.
gold members will come first before anybody,
Yeah, yeah.
and then silver members will be next, and
Yeah.
that's the way we'll have to do it.
Yeah.
And then old mates out wide if we're desperate. But I think we're going to get desperate. Like,
It's sold already.
yeah.
It's not sold already, but
Yeah.
I just hope we get to
It
put
needs to
in,
be sorted.
put
There
in a
seems to be a
paddock.
lot
and,
of people
you know, it
interested.
grows up, and it's a nice horse. I'm excited.
I know you're excited.
I'm
It
never
takes a lot
excited.
to
It
get
takes
you
a lot
excited,
to get
eh?
me excited.
Sorry, are you going to let my mum have 5%?
Is she a member?
Dad is. Does that count?
Is he?
Can
I
it
haven't
be-
seen
can
him
it
paying
be-
his
can it
bill.
Or
be-
Sue can have 5%. Just
Hey,
teasing.
Mum, you can have 5.
Of course
okay?
she's having 5%, just teasing. But no, just, yeah, well, we need to get it sold because we also got to get Luke his money.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it means otherwise we get to pay. Well, better be a champion then.
Okay, no midweek preview this week. No set from me for Wednesday or Friday, but a set on Saturday. You'll get Mounting Yard Mail as usual from Kensington on Wednesday, Canterbury on Friday night. We'll be here for a preview of Rosehill Silver Slipper Hobartville Stakes Day on
Looks
Friday.
the best silver slipper we're going to see in 20 years.
Who's in it?
All of them.
What, even those English horses? The
No, just like, it's just a who's who.
oh, right. Tessort and those horses.
Just all of them. Yeah, they're all going in. Like, it's going to be like, you know, all of them. It's going to be like really good. We've seen some really nice 2-year-olds. They're going to be 15 to 1 on Saturday.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Because I mean, when you think about the Silver Slipper last year, it was like Sunlight beat Estajab, remember?
They've always been thin. There's always been thin, but I've seen some of the noms now. Awesome.
Okay, so that's Friday here in the park for a preview of Rosehill, and Friday night Mounting Yard Mail. Saturday set from me. Saturday Mounting Yard Mail as usual.
And Hedero today.
Hedero Sava.
is
Nigel will be on the road now as we speak, wouldn't he?
Yep.
and keen as been. Good on you, Nige.
All right.
You're a great guy.
See you later. Bye.
See you guys.